over a recording sort of thing, so you have to bear with me a little bit. So, the first thing we did, and this week's kind of influence was trying to get you some breaks in there as well as the kids. So, a lot of these are things that the students could do on their own for about 15 to 20 minutes of class to give them either a brain break or to let a way for them to process what you just worked on, either through an activity or something like that. So, our first one here is Make Believe Comics. So, Make Believe Comics, it's a very light program. There's not a lot to it, and as a result, it goes very, very quickly. There's no time for training, nothing like that. You just go to it, click to enter. Students don't even know their name, and right off this first screen, we're actually ready to produce. You have a handful of characters you can choose from. Those characters have some changes that you can make, but not a ton. When you get to where you like it, you just click there, and there they go. You can choose some background colors if you'd like. And then you have two bubbles that you can use here. And this is where the kids can write their content. This is a great thing to do for like a formative assessment. Now, this is not going to be like a 35, 40-minute kind of activity in your class. This is more in the neighborhood of like 15 to 20 minutes. So this could even be a, what did we talk about yesterday? Like an activator. Or this could be the kind of a ticket out the door sort of thing as well. When we get ready, all we would do is give it a name, student's name, their email address, and they send it to you. Now, if you'd rather them save it and then send it to you in like a Google Classroom sort of thing, if you click on print, it's going to turn that into a PDF for you. Save as PDF, give it a name, save. And now this is a document that is saved onto their Chromebook that they can send you in any form you want. So I'm going to cancel out of that. So again, this is Make Believe Comics. All right, our next thing that we're going to look at real quick, Prep Factory. Again, we're looking at a 15 to 20 minute activity. This is SAT or ACT prep. They're not reinventing the wheel here. This is, we've had these types of things for quite some time. But in this case, or in this variation of it, they sign in with their Google account. It'll keep track of how the student is doing. It will give them badges when they do well on something or something like that. But you can watch videos, take practice tests, stuff like that, and you can steer them towards specifically math or specifically English activities. So a little more control. Plus, it's in a HTML5 format here, which is more aesthetically pleasing, aesthetically can the same as what these students are used to looking at. All right, so you have a situation, especially in history, English, etc., where you need to build the vocab for the students, but you don't want to spend your entire planning looking for different reading levels of the same material to differentiate for your learners. One way around that is find just the one piece that you actually want them to know, copy it, and we're going to bring that over to Rewordify, paste it, and now this is going to modify our text to a lower Lexile level. So now I have it actually differentiated for my lower level learners. If they click on any of the yellow, those are the words that have been replaced, they'll see the original word and they can have it spoken to them. So, over time, hopefully, we're going to actually build that vocabulary to where they can handle it. But the student's going to get the gist of what the matter is, as well as if they confronted this particular text in an EOC or an end of course, etc. vocab, they're going to be much more likely to be able to break that piece of writing down. So they'll be more likely to be able to get those items correct. So again, let's Rewordify. Next on our hit list here, we have free rice. Now, free rice starts here. You have these different categories you can choose from. You see some sciences, you see some humanities, and especially like the world hunger or trying to build up the students' tolerance and things like that. What this is it's a NGO, it's a non-governmental agency that basically has this website. The whole thing is like trivia games. It's trivia based, and they sell ads to different companies, and they use that money that they get from ads to actually purchase rice and other food stuffs for people around the world that need it. And you see it up here, for each answer you get right, we donate 10 grains of rice throughout the world to help end hunger. So choose whichever you like. many of you can probably find something that is at least reasonably geared towards your content. They'll start you out with an easy question, which is correct. 1958 Chevy Apache is my dream truck. 1958 Chevy Apache is my dream truck. Boy, I hope I don't get this wrong. Okay, good. Now you see I have accumulated a little bit of rice over here. But again, that was fairly easy. So what I want to do is I'll come down here to change level. And now I have several levels to choose from. Now, different subjects have different numbers of levels. English vocabulary, for example, has 60 levels. Math has 10 levels. So you can actually get, pretty good. You give those kids those 20-minute breaks. They're still somewhat on content. They are doing something more productive than playing Angry Birds. And they are hopefully, in time, going to understand the value of what they're doing as far as like a world humanity kind of thing. All right. Trading card maker. This is a good vocab review. What we do is we just go to this, type in your name. We have to tell it which topic we're going to be doing. This could be automotive parts and systems. Oh, it cut me off. That's all right. All right, and these are going to be, choose which one. Now, what we're doing is basically making baseball cards. So we'll have a picture on the front, and on the back we'll have different stats, or in our case, we'll be defining it. So in this case, I think it would be physical objects. And because I chose physical objects, I get to give it a definition. And then how does it, feel, smell, taste? Well, that would be a poor choice with automotive parts. But purpose, location, and function, that seems a little better. Up here, we click to get an image, and we can do this by going to Google and taking that. And when we get all of our cards done, we come to finish. We would have a whole set. And once we have our set, we can print them out. We could save and we can share. So consider this: if you have a large set of vocab like a U.S. history or a VOCAT test coming your way, or English roots, etc. What you could do is, kind of divide those up by your whole class, give each student X number, and then compile all of that into a class set, and then the teacher can pull these up on the smartboard and flip through them and see what the students can do. All right. A couple more here. I don't want to go into too much time here. If this is pretty applicable to you, let me know, and we can talk about it more. But one of our biggest problems here is that YouTube is blocked, and that kind of limits what we can do for some review materials. So what Wistia is, Wistia allows you to actually host video through them, and since it's not YouTube, those videos will be accessible to our students, okay? So we would just take the video that you want, we'd put it into Wistia. You can have 50 of unlimited size, and you'd post them there and give students the link to that. Ask Smithsonian is another YouTube workaround. This is actually the Smithsonian magazine, but it's got a lot of 2-minute little short videos you could use as concept starters, lesson starters, and things like that. Finally, Nearpod this. Nearpod, if you're familiar with it, basically the teacher controls the pace at which students navigate through a PowerPoint. So the student would actually have your PowerPoint. Instead of being up on Smartboard, they would have it on their device. But those kids that always flick ahead and all the time on the wrong spot, what Nearpod does is it makes the teacher kind of the master computer, almost like Vision used to do, and the teacher controls when slides change, etc. So the problem is it's kind of like a smartboard lesson. They take so long to get set up. Now once you have them, they're fantastic. But the problem is, again, that initial buy-in time is quite a bit. So Nearpodize this is an extension for Google Chrome. And what it will do is actually take a PowerPoint that you have, a Google slide presentation that you have, and it will do a lot of that hard work for you, getting it ready to be a Nearpod. I haven't played with this a lot myself, so I don't know how cleanly your presentation will move over. Kind of like, if you've ever taken a Word document into Google Docs, it sometimes has some tricks that you have to work out, but it would be worth something that you could try there. If you're interested in Nearpod stuff, I would recommend you go to Nearpod and kind of test drive one that someone else has made before you invest that amount of time in there, and see if that's something that you're interested in. And then if you decide you're interested, I'll be very happy to help you out. All right. Thanks very much for listening, and I hope you have a great day.